Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Giants. Today we're going to be making pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, or spooky cookies. For these cookies, you're going to need 1/2 cup of butter, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 egg, 1 cup of pumpkin, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. After putting those together, you're going to need 1/2 cup of nuts and 1 cup of chocolate chips. Alright, the first step here, we're going to add the butter into our bowl and then cream it with some sugar. You make sure you mix those together because that way you get the best texture. So we're going to have Josh do that.
Alright, here's the butter first.
And you have to make sure the butter softens so that it creams well with the sugar.
And then here we have the sugar.
Alright, now we're going to let that mix together and cream very nicely. Now that the butter and sugar are creamed, we're going to make sure we add our egg and our pumpkin and our vanilla. So here we go with the egg. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to mix this up before we add our pumpkin and vanilla. Just to give it again a little more buttery creamed texture. Texture is very important in cookies. Alright, that looks pretty good. So now we're going to add in this pumpkin, which is actually from a fresh pumpkin. This wasn't canned.
Because we don't do that artificial stuff.
Whoa, you can smell the freshness. Oh, stop. Alright, now that we have the liquid ingredients all mixed together, we're going to combine the dry ingredients. So we have our flour, our baking powder, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg. So we're going to mix them all into this bowl and then sift them into the mixing bowl. Alright, so now that we have this all mixed together, we're going to put our dry ingredients mixed together and sift them into the wet ingredients. So start out, we're going to take spoonfuls at a
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
time. Whoa. Now we're going to have Josh spoon it in.
Give me this one.
Wow, I sifted it. So sifting makes sure everything is smooth and soft when it's mixing so that we have a great texture. So to start out, we're going to mix it by hand so that when we don't put it in an electric mixer, it doesn't spray everything everywhere.
So now, once you're done hand mixing it, you just want to put it in your little mixer thing. And then David will show you how much speed you should put it on. So put it on speed 2 for the beginning. Let it all mix in.
Alright, so now that it's mostly mixed in, we're going to add in our nuts and our chocolate chips.
At this point in time, you want to preheat your oven to about 350 degrees so you can get cookies ready to put in the oven.
Alright, so now that we have the batter mixed, time to put it on our platter. We use a stoneware platter because then you don't have to put any grease on it so it sticks. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Now that we got all the cookie dough scooped out for what we can fit, we will now put these two platters in the oven so they can cook.
You're going to want to cook them for about 15 minutes.
Oh, well, hey there. I'm Old Man Jenkins, longtime friend of the Cooking Giants. I'm glad that you could be here. Today for Cooking with Giants, we use the all-classic Cinderella pumpkin. which we've decided is the best tasting pumpkin in the entire pumpkin batch. Anyway, so where was... Oh yes, Cooking with Giants. Great show, love it, watch every episode. Oh, it's high quality. Oh boy, I've known the Cooking Giants, well, since they weren't giants. Anyways, let's go back to the episode. Oh boy. Okay. Cut.
Thanks for watching another episode of Cooking with Giants.
Make sure you follow our Instagram page, and also while you're at it, why don't you like us on Facebook?
Subscribe and like this video so you don't miss any more future content.
But until next time, I'm Josh.
And I'm David, and you've been Cooking with Giants.